All right.
We're
I think
live.
we did it.
That's it.
I think we're live. Got a lot of abnormal faces this week. Not like that their face is abnormal, but that they're not normally on the stream, hosting the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it probably takes a while for people to join, hey?
Yeah,
Or is
they'll
there? Oh,
trickle
we already
in.
got 4 people watching. We got
Well,
yeah,
people will
here
be watching
are
the
joining.
the restream as well on YouTube, so we can start.
hmm People watching
Okay.
from the very start. We'll see all this useless garbage we talk about in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, today you got 3 masters. You got Daniel, who you might have seen before, Yujohn, and I'm Tyler. We're gonna start with AI news, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit about ourselves after that, and then do some making moves. We're gonna build some stuff, write some code.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we are trying to think about what to talk before this, and it just seems like there was so much news in the last day. AI news. I know there's a lot of news outside of the AI world too, that happened in the last day. We're gonna stick to AI though.
yeah, yeah, we had a big long list. We had to whittle it down to just the most important ones. Uh, okay, Daniel, did you want to share your screen, or what do you think?
Let me see. Where is the? I know we
I can
put the
share mine
links that
too.
we wanted. Yeah, yeah, go for it if you're ready for that. If you have the stuff pulled up.
Just give me a sec here.
You, John, how's the weather in Seattle right now?
Well, it's looking sunny. Sky's blue. I
Couldn't
think I'll
ask for
go out.
more.
Pardon me?
I said you can't ask for more.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll use the weather agent. I gotta do the crate PNPX crate matcha latest. I'll find out.
You get a free weather agent.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like wildfires close to where I am. Not like super close, but it's so hazy here, like
Mm.
yesterday and today, and they're just like, yeah, don't go outside. The weather quality is like absolutely terrible.
Welcome back, Tyler.
Um, okay. I only have one monitor. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the new Gemini 2.5 Pro. So this just got released yesterday, and it was already the number one on a lot of these benchmarks, but it's even better now. So it beat itself. So on the on LM Arena, it jumped up by 24 points. Web Dev Arena, it jumped up by 35 points. So yeah, maintaining its lead on the leaderboard at 1470. So
And you know what?
here,
I'm all for it. I've been using Gemini mainly to code, and just seeing improvements makes me not want to switch.
yeah,
Could you
Gemini Pro is pretty sweet. What's that?
actually could you quickly go over the LM Arena stuff and sort of explain like what those numbers mean to
So
myself?
yeah, that's what I just opened up LM Arena here. Can you still see the tab I
Yep.
opened?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we can see it.
So I think LM Arena, I'm actually not super familiar with this one. I think, let's see if we can see how this one works. I believe people actually rank these, but I might be wrong about that. Yeah, it's like it's voted by people actually using it on the site here. Prompt vote advanced AI.
Oh,
Oh, so this isn't like benchmarks. This is just kind of like anecdotal,
yeah.
I
like
think
how you feel.
this one specifically, but there's also Web Dev Arena. and Air
Sorry,
as well.
sorry, Tyler. Could you actually zoom in your screen there a little
Yeah,
bit?
yeah, for sure.
Bump it, bump it. Maybe one more.
One more? How's that?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Let's bump this one up too. So this is LM Arena here. And we can see, I mean, this was the previous version, which is now rank two. The new version is rank one. So a lot of people are voting this one up. But yeah, that is pretty subjective. So let's look at
It's a popularity contest, and looks like
yeah,
Google's winning.
yeah.
The belle of the ball.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm still on Claude 3.7, so on Windsurf.
You're living in the past.
Yeah.
You got
So
to join the future.
Web Dev Arena, this one I'm also not familiar with. This it says that it's a real-time coding competition where models go head to head. So that actually sounds a bit more legit. Developed by LM Arena, right? So I guess same people made it, but it's apparently beating out Claude Opus 4, which is a very good model. But I'm not surprised. 2.5
And
Pro is amazing.
isn't Opus 4 like hella expensive too, and pretty
It
slow?
yeah, it's way more expensive than Gemini. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, Inception.
yeah, cool. What else we got?
We
Aider benchmark. Guess it's doing good on that. Maybe we don't need to look at every single one, but I mean, this is pretty cool. I haven't tried it out yet. Daniel, did you try this out today?
no, because I don't. I mean, in Cursor you can't tell which one you're using. I don't think you can select between the different ones.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have
It
to
just kind of
give
says
this a
like
try.
Gemini 2.5 Pro. So maybe they switched to the new one.
It's Gemini season, as
Uh-oh.
Abby says.
Watch out for all the Geminis out there.
Oh yeah, Abby. All right, what do we got next?
Oh, we got a bunch of Cursor news. Cursor's kind of taken over.
Yeah, you wanna tell us about the cursor news?
Yeah, I guess there's they launched 1.0 and had a bunch of updates. Let's see if we can pull up. I think I got a change log here. Let's see. Can I share my screen? Yeah, and don't worry, Abby, I'm bumping it up. I'm bumping it up. Okay. Um, oh, you know what? Abby, you being a Scorpio surprises nobody here. I don't know what that means though.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Scorpio. What's a Scorpio supposed to be like? Like Abby, I guess.
Yeah, if you're like Abby, you're a Scorpio. Yeah, so we got Cursor 1.0. Uh, oh, they released a MCP registry or directory that you can just where I think they have
Is there a link in there maybe? You might have to scroll a bit.
yeah, you'd hope so, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, no, this is something else.
Could be further down. I saw that they also had
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
OAuth.
That was
Yeah, it's
So
it's a big release. They got a lot of stuff. There you go.
yeah,
oh yeah. You can add some curated servers. Oh, there's more here than when we last looked.
Oh, I think we're seeing your other tab.
Oh, oh, I only shared the tab, not the screen. Okay, let me fix that. Let me just share the screen. Okay. Yeah, so they have this here, and I guess just one click install, making it convenient, showing you. I don't know. I feel like I've had a few different conversations with different people about how there are just so many garbage MCP servers. So it's always nice to see a curated list of ones that were actually vetted. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah. looking through this, somebody's doing the vetting for you. It's always a good thing.
I did submit the Mostra Docs MCP to that registry. I have a
Mhm.
feeling they won't approve it, but fingers
Yeah,
crossed. Hopefully.
so Mr. Cursor, if you're watching, please approve our MCP server. And if any of you know Mr. Cursor, send him a message. Slide into his DMs. Let him know that we're out here. Okay, the background agents too. We were talking about this earlier today. Um, a remote coding agent. So
I haven't tried this yet,
yeah, I haven't tried it either.
but I've been meaning to. We were playing with Codex a bit today. Maybe it didn't actually work. We were running into all kinds of problems. Maybe we should try Cursor background agents instead.
Sure, yeah.
So these background agents, what will they allow us to do?
I think it's like
Just
an async coding agent. So normally you're in Cursor and you can be like either interacting with it and kind of like pair programming. I believe the background agents, you tell it what to do and then it'll go away and just kind of do it on its own and let you know when it's ready.
So then so you can have, I guess, multiple of these agents working simultaneously within Cursor.
I think
Mhm.
that's the idea, yeah. But it is remote, so I think maybe I don't know if you interact with it in Cursor locally, but I think it doesn't run on your machine. I think it runs on their servers somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
remote coding agent.
it's kind of interesting how would they work together, like within the same files, like one change might affect another agent's change.
Mhm.
That'd be kind of
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's like
We're
they're fighting over.
which agent's gonna win? But we were talking about it earlier because we're like, oh, how do we do like multiple? Because Tyler, you showed us that you had like multiple versions of the Mostra repo, and so you'd run your coding agent in these like multiple versions. But then something like this, you also mentioned like Git work tree as a
Yep.
way to like work on multiple branches. So that kind of seems like, I don't know, maybe eventually they'll drop support for something like that so you can work in multiple branches in one cursor window. So you don't necessarily like run into those conflicts.
Yeah.
So you
You
just
might be able to do
assign
it.
like different, yeah.
You might be able to do it today. I'm not really sure. So like Git work tree it basically checks out multiple branches at once on your machine. So you'll have like two directories, each one's in a different branch. And
Hmm.
you can probably just add both of those as projects to the same Cursor workspace. It'll probably just work. I think for the remote coding agent though, like they're all in a different VM, so they'd probably just be opening. I don't know if they open PRs. I don't know. Haven't used their remote agent thing, but
Oh yeah, I wonder, yeah, if you can get it to use like a certain branch already, then that kind of like you don't need to worry about that at all.
So
yeah,
it'd
there's
be
got to be something like that.
because they just released that bug fix right in the beginning. So these background agents will open up PR, which will have another agent to look at.
Oh, the bug bot.
Oh, the
They'll
Yeah,
bug
have the
bot,
bug
yeah.
bot to
right.
review its PR. This is the
Yeah.
meta.
And we'll
That's
just
cool. That'll
sit
be
here with some popcorn and just watch it all happen.
just click a few buttons.
Yeah. Oh, I guess this is their bug bot. It looks kind of similar. Like we use a company called Griptile for our PRs.
Reptile Suite.
Uh, Yeah.
I like Reptile.
Yeah, I love it. I kind of like the idea of having like a reviewer not from the same company that's doing the code,
Mm,
just because I'm sure there are some like biases or just like ways that they have write their coding agents that kind of like look for similar things. Maybe this is all in my head, but I kind of like the idea of like having an agent from this company, an agent from this company, and like working together.
yeah, yeah, I can see
All
that.
right,
I mean, I
right.
guess you could always have multiple agents reviewing the PR too. They're like
True, yeah.
competing, see which one does a better review.
Kind of reminds me
Yeah.
when if I try to use like Windsurf and create a PR, I'm using Claude, and then push up the PR, and then Greptile will catch something that it didn't catch. I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, so something
Yeah,
like
it's
this is really
awesome.
helpful.
When I first saw grep in PRs and stuff, I was really skeptical. I thought, oh, this is probably going to be annoying. So many GitHub bots are annoying, but it's the best one. It's like it
Yeah,
always has good feedback. It's very rarely saying dumb things. You know?
I was skeptical about it at first too, but then yeah, it pretty much every PR I have, there's like at least one thing that is like very helpful.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it looks like we got memories also in Cursor. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's like per oh yeah, per project, says it right there.
Yeah,
Can be
we
managed from
managed.
settings. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean
interesting.
it
It
looks
it
cool.
lets you know when it updates the memory.
And you
And
can
then yeah.
So in
Oh, sorry.
like for Mostra, is this like the working memory? Would be an example of this kind of memory here that's being shown, or
I think it is similar, yeah. I think uh I was just looking at the chat saying yeah, definitely. Some of these guys that grabbed.
I do need some caffeine. That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think working memory is kind of similar, but it's not exactly the same thing. We're going to be adding some more memory features to Master very soon. We've been kind of like laying the groundwork to be able to ship a lot of memory stuff quicker. So that's going to be happening soon. We're gonna probably have some stuff like this. You could build UIs around it and all that. But yeah.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
already talked about MCP stuff. Yeah, one click. Oh, and also handles OAuth too. So it must um,
Oh, cool.
enable like the environment variables in Cursor somewhere. Add them in. That's sweet.
Yeah, I haven't actually
Richard.
tried the MCP thing in Cursor
Yeah.
yet. Like, so now I want to. Before I just thought it was cool. Now I'm like, now I need it.
I render visualizations inside mermaid diagrams and markdown tables. That's pretty cool. It's pretty small. I probably can't see. Okay, we got a little diagram there.
So what is it actually using the diagram for? Like
I think it's
explaining.
just a way to like visually show to like the user,
Okay.
like the diagram.
Like what it's about to
Yeah.
do and stuff.
Yeah.
So like when you get to the new settings in the change log, that's when there's nothing cool after that.
Yeah. Dare
What
we
else we
even
got?
scroll past it? No,
We
nothing.
got some other
Oh, I
big
guess.
cursor news, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. They announced that like a funding round, I think. Let me
Series
see.
C, I believe.
Yeah, what was it?
Here I got it. I've got it on my they raised 900 million in Series C funding. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, what would you do with $900 million?
Probably spend it on all the LLMs the users are using. I would API cost. It's a lot of money, yeah. Like how do you spend $900 million? There's a way to do it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
This is
Mr. Cursor, if you're still watching, let us know how you're going to spend that $900 million.
crazy too that they make 500 million in ARR. I feel like there's no way that's profit
Yeah.
though. I'm sure they're still in the negative after that.
I want
Yeah,
that.
That's a lot of money though. Like that is a lot.
Like when did Cursor come out? Um,
Like it's been like a couple of years at this point.
oh yeah.
it's been a couple years, really.
I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Or you know what? We can ask the good old perplexity. 2023. So yeah, a couple of years. Or I
Oh,
don't know,
we
maybe
just got a
a year and a
message
half.
from Ashwin. He says they're training a model.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
At least
with the 900 million.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like at that point you kind of have to.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that. I could see spending that kind of money on training. Maybe not all of it, but a lot of money. All right, what else we got? We got a big list here.
Yeah. I mean, we can also move on unless you want to keep talking about news.
Um, Give me one sec.
I think the last thing we're going to talk about was the VO3. How someone in Brazil made that a commercial using VO3 for like a city hall advertisement. I
Mm.
mean,
Yeah, like $50.
yeah, if you haven't seen it, I'd recommend go checking it out. I was pretty impressed.
You want to show us?
Oh yeah, just one moment here. Uh, it seems like I got some uh, permission issue here. Okay,
Oh, no worries. I can share.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
oh,
yeah,
is
it
this why
kicked.
you had to leave?
That's why I had to leave. It kicked me out, and then I joined
It's
back
asking
in.
me to leave. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, I mean, it doesn't look totally real, but it looks pretty good. I mean, for $50, like making a whole advertisement
I
is going
mean,
to cost you a lot
honestly,
more than that.
it looks like 100 times better than anything Shane created with VO3, and 100 times less like
Oh man.
creepy and unnerving.
I don't know about that. I mean, Shane's video was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting, like how they generate those images, and like, can you imagine yourself if you're a childhood actor, you know, like far in the future, you see an ad with yourself in it, and you weren't even played in it. They didn't tell you. That'll be pretty,
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
and they child actors have it pretty bad already. Just
Yeah,
add another thing to the list.
Yeah.
another cringe moment.
Cool. I mean, we have more, but yeah, I think you're right, Daniel. Let's do some coding.
Oh, shots fired, Jane. You're not here to defend yourself, so this is when we can take some shots. Um, yeah, you wanna jump right into it?
Yeah, sure. We could give some background on what we're going to do, maybe,
Hmm.
and share your
Yeah,
blog post, and I'll
yeah. I
grab
was
the other
on.
link too.
Okay, yeah, I was on the stream I think last week or something like that, and I talked about a blog post that I did. I'll just pull it up quickly just to lay some groundwork. We're going to be basically extending what it was. So this blog post here, um, basically we were getting tool call errors from some models from mainly from like MCP servers, so like tools that you didn't write. And we found that it was mostly related to the schema being passed in. So in a nutshell, there was I have it somewhere here. There was like three different ways that an LLM can uh, take the properties. So either they would explicitly throw an error. So like if you look at this example here, we found that uh, OpenAI reasoning models didn't support this field here. So when you tried to pass in a string like property with a constraint to say that it has to be a URI, it would throw an error saying like, oh, we don't support that. And so kind of sucks if you want to use that model and you're using an MCP server with tools that you didn't write. You can't exactly just like change the schema um, that easily. And so another thing that it could do is that it could just accept this field, but just ignore it. So just pass a string that isn't the URL, and then it would fail like schema validation. Or like the third one, it accepts it, does the right thing. So whenever we came across a model, so we had this like list of different properties that we were testing and constraints on those properties, and we tested it across a bunch of different models. And whenever the model didn't support it, we would essentially do something like this, like add the constraint as a JSON object onto the description and append it to like whatever description you had for that property already. And so we found that this actually worked really well for all these models that either ignored the property or like the constraint or threw an error. So we have some results over here. So the I almost called this green. I know my colors. This is orange. This orange bar was the errors before, blue bar errors after. And so you could see it improved it pretty well. And so this kind of leads into the next part. So this was kind of built directly into the Master framework. So we saw a post. I don't know. Maybe this is a good time for you to bring this up, Tyler, or
Here,
if you
yeah,
have.
I've got it. I can share. Can you see? Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is a blog post from Osmosis. So they trained this model called Osmosis Structure 0.6b, and its whole purpose is to improve the quality of structured outputs. So this is slightly different, I guess, than what we're doing. So the problem that they saw is when you do a single generation with like Claude or something like that, and you're trying to get it to do a math problem, and you ask for a JSON output, since it can't print a bunch of like tokens, to as text and then kind of look at those tokens as it's generating more, the quality of the response goes down significantly, right? It's just outputting JSON. So their whole thing is actually they get Claude to solve the math problem, and then they pass the text from that into this other model that they trained, and then that will convert the text into the structured output. So what this made us realize, though, like this is not really the same thing, right? So in Mastra, you have agents where you can just do multiple steps, and then as the last step, you can do some structured output. So this is not really a problem. But it did make us realize, oh, like our code for schemas in tools could be extended to structured outputs to also improve the reliability of following the schema for the outputs,
Mhm.
right? Because
Well, I
the
guess like
output,
even taking a step back, we're like, is this a problem that also exists in that context? Like, if you use structured outputs with agents, do they throw errors in a same way or have like same behavior with
mhm,
schemas that they do with tool calling? And
yeah,
so we looked into it. Turns out it erred in the exact same way that we were expecting. So throw it like when a model didn't accept a property with a tool call, it was the same thing with the structured output. It wouldn't accept the property.
mhm. It makes sense because the input schema for a tool is just an output schema for an agent. So it's really the same
Mhm.
problem. And I guess that leads into what we're going to work on now, which is we're taking that schema compat code that Daniel made, and we're going to apply it to outputs.
Yeah, and so another thing, we haven't released it yet, but we just merged it in, is that all of the schema transformation code used to exist like within the master framework, but we pulled it out into its own package because we want to open source the compatibility code. So you could basically run this compatibility code anywhere. Like if you're just using AI SDK directly, it's not tied to master at all. And so we wanted to pull it out there to make it easier to use. Then also for our internal use, we could reuse it in multiple places easier as well. And so, yeah, we'll try to do that right now. Use it in structured outputs for agents and workflows. See how far we get. You can watch us struggle.
One thing we did also talk about doing later, maybe this is a different stream or another day, but we're thinking about taking the data set from the blog post that I was just sharing and running it in Mastra and comparing our results. Because maybe,
Ooh, should we do that first? Because yeah,
well, I think we need it to work first, right?
um,
And
yeah,
then
I guess because
we
we
can
want
run
to
some
show like
benchmarks
before and
afterwards.
after. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess. Do you want me to drive or do you want to?
Yeah, go for it. You might have a better setup going already for it.
Okay.
I think I'm checked out on the branch where everything's installed is AI SDK v5 right now. So it might take a while to reinstall everything.
Okay. For every size I make this bigger, I become 15% less efficient. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. Okay. Ooh, I feel like I'm using my parents' computer. Everything's so big. Okay. Let's see. Where do we want to start? So let's look at so we have this schema compatibility package. Let's see how it's being used in
By the
So
way,
yeah, exactly.
I gotta say one thing. At the bottom of your VS Code, Daniel S. Liu Gatsby take home number one needs reviewers. How long is that's been sitting there for years.
I don't know how to get rid of it. It's been sitting there for so long. Like I don't know. Can
But
I
yeah, that
hide
must be
this?
like 3 or 4 years ago. That's hilarious.
Yeah, there's also I noticed like something else Gatsby related that is somehow on my computer. Like I think it's also related to GitHub. Like my my user is like still Gatsby or something. I don't know, but I remember coming across it the other day and I was like, what the
It's
f-"
Gatsby stuff lingering around. Funny.
Yeah.
So
I guess I did okay on the take home because I got the job, even though nobody reviewed it. Sorry,
actually,
what were you about to ask, you,
yeah,
John?
I was actually going to ask you like what are the first things that we're going to do? Like a general overview of the I guess of what this making moves session's about.
Hmm. That's a good call. Maybe let's plan it out. I'll just let's go in here. Let's just do like a okay. So what we want to do, uh let's look into the schema compat package and understand how to use it. To um let's look at our test suite and see how we can test this easily. Um, and feel free to jump in at any point if what I'm saying doesn't make sense, or if you're like you're missing something there.
Yeah, what does test this easily mean? Like
Uh,
testing.
I guess I meant like without having to like build like a master project that I can just like
Hmm.
test it in like the script.
And this is
Look
for
at this in
agents.
in the test suite.
Yeah, in a test suite. And then let's look into the agent class and understand how structured outputs are being used and how we handle the schema there. And then write some Yeah. And 5, do the same for workflows.
So I think with workflows, we might not need to do anything. I think it's just like if you're using an agent in a workflow, or are you saying?
Because workflows, you provide it a schema as well.
But I think that your workflow code, like you write the code to make it follow the schema. It's like if you're using an agent in the workflow, then I think it's already going to use what we add to agents. So I think we don't need to do anything.
What happens if you use a tool as a step? Like, do you have to do anything there, or?
It
No,
should. Oh, mm,
I don't think so. I think it'll be okay.
I mean, we
Maybe,
should verify that though,
yeah, we can verify. Yeah,
because I think it might only be for MCP and agent tools. I'm not sure if it's for like just a tool that you write on your own, but we can always
yeah,
double
we can
check
make
that.
sure. Yeah,
Okay.
cool. Sounds like a good plan.
All right. So let's so schema compat package. Okay, we have this apply compat layer. We pass it the schema, which is the AI SDK schema or a Zod schema. We pass these compatibility layers, whatever we want to apply to it, and then we set a mode. So we have all these different compatibility layers, and essentially they have a JSON schema target, and then this function here, which tells you whether or not it should be applied. And then this is kind of like the whole meat of it is just processing the Zod type. So any types that you need to change, um, apply these handlers, and then it comes out of the box with all these helpers, so that you don't have to figure out all the intricacies of Zod.
Nice.
Cool. Um, so then we have our plan. Let's look at our test suite. So I believe that is builder, yeah, in here. Cool. So we basically have all these models that we're testing against. Maybe let's only do uh, this one. We know had a lot of issues, so let's just go with that to begin with. Cool. And then we create some tools.
So we already have a test suite here from before. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. So this is a test suite that tests tool calling. And so I added this, which is basically a copy of the. So with the tool calling, we go through this this schema and make a tool where the tool just has this as like a property. And
Right.
so just going through that and just making sure that for X model, can it call all of these properties and not fail? And that's essentially the test. And so we want
Nice.
to do something similar for this new thing, except instead of uh, instead of doing a call to the tool, we want to figure out or we want to here. Maybe it's easier if I. So yeah, so before we were just making this call to agent.generate, tool choice required, max step one, the agent has this test tool. So for this new case, we want to create the agent and its output should be the schema of the test tool.
That makes sense. So we're just reusing the same tools from the other test suite, but we're just using them for their input schema as the output schema.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay,
we've already done like the majority of this work, so let's just reuse the stuff we already have.
cool. That makes sense.
And so let's see if we run this test now. Bump it.
So is it gonna, are you expecting it to fail, or is some of the work already done?
I think I'm expecting it to fail. I didn't do anything yet, so I really hope. Right, I changed the name. Okay, so let's just, so right now it's actually not running the new tests at all. This is running the old tests. So that's just gonna pass. Okay, let's skip the old tests. So we want to run the output schema compatibility, and I'm gonna skip the input schema compatibility. Let's just see what happens. There we go. This is the error that I was showing before in the context of the blog post. The invalid schema uh, property string URL, URI is not a valid format.
Mm.
And so we're seeing all these errors. So this is perfect.
Okay,
This is exactly what we want
tons
to
of
see.
errors.
We didn't like change anything, so we expect to see some errors.
And these are the
Okay.
same errors that we originally saw with tool calling, but now it's
Hmm.
for structured
Yeah.
outputs.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's go to let's look at the agent class. So for agent, maybe I'll just ask. Um, or output. There should be in the generate function, eh?
I think it might be in a couple different places. We also have there's an internal LLM class, and I wonder maybe we should put it inside of that so we don't have to put it in the agent. Because then I think it's like everywhere that it gets called,
Hmm.
it'll have it. Um,
Oh, we
I
got a
believe
question
that,
in the chat. Is there some plans to add A2A docs on site? Yes, I believe that's being worked on right now. So should see sometime next week that we'll have those docs ready.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what were you saying, Tyler?
in this file, I think if you just like Command F, look for the word output, you'll probably see it. So, oh, there's 51 matches. Output,
Maybe look
text.
for specifically output. So we got the generate function here.
Yeah, there you go.
This is the one you're talking about from the generate.
Yeah, so that should be the schema. What's the type of that? If you, yeah, there you go. Output type.
Yeah.
Schema for structured output.
So you're saying like right here, because this is going to be used in multiple places.
So what I'm saying is we have a LLM class, and it might make more sense to go in there because if you scroll down farther in here, you can see there's LLM dot underscore underscore text.
Mhm.
So the actual call to the LLM is going to happen inside of that method
Oh, I
on
see.
the
So this
yeah.
get LLM, and then we have Mastra LLM base.
Yeah, so there should be like a generate object, generate I think stream object. Those are probably the ones, maybe possibly text as well. Oh, you're in the base
Okay,
class. So you
yeah,
want to
so I gotta
go to
find whatever extends it. Oh, here.
Yeah.
And those
I
who are,
think,
I was going to say, those who just joined, what we're doing here is we recently, we will be releasing a new package probably next Tuesday, which is has the way to transform. Let me get let's see if I understand this correctly, Daniel. Transform the response from the LLM to the MCP tool in a compatible format in order to reduce tool calling. And we're just applying this package to agents now. Sorry.
yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, to reduce tool calling errors. So it's
Mhm.
just, it's a being, I guess, generalized for any schema that an agent interacts with. So we did ship it initially, and it was just for tools, but now it's going to be for schemas in general.
Hmm. So what I'm thinking, because there seems to be multiple places where this output would be used. So I'm going to write like a helper so that we can just wrap the output in it. All right, let's vibe code this. I don't type anything by hand anymore. I'm too good for that. Okay.
Shane says, should this eventually just be in AI SDK?
It
Any
could be,
thoughts?
So so that
but
so I think initially before we did this work, we saw in their repo there were some like GitHub discussions, and so people were kind of asking for something similar, and their response was kind of maybe it's changed now, but it was like we don't want to necessarily do magic in the AI SDK, and that's kind of like an issue with the model itself on how it handles this. And so
mhm.
we're a framework, so when something goes wrong with the framework, it kind of seems like it's an issue with like Mostra. So if it's like if you use an MCP client, pull in an MCP server, get the tools off of it, and you're like, hey, why doesn't this work? Like it works elsewhere, but like you could be using a different model and things like that. So it kind of seems like it should be uh, fixed in the framework, but like we're gonna, like we said, open source this package so you could really use it in with AI SDK if you want.
Yeah, you get back. So when you call the tool compatibility um, like helper, you get the option to use a JSON schema or an AI SDK schema, right, Daniel?
Hmm.
So you'll be able to use it with AI SDK directly. But if you're using Mostra, it's just going to happen for you automatically.
Hmm. Was it in here? Yes. And then let's find where it is being used. I'm just loading up on some context. Uh, helper function in what's this class called?
I think it's
Oh wait,
Mostra LLM.
was in the wrong one. Where'd it go? This one here? Yeah. In the master LLM class that will take an output schema and apply and use the apply schema compat utility from the uh, imply the utility from this and anywhere. I don't know why this stuff keeps popping up. That output is used, wrap the output in this helper. Use all the available schema compat layers. I've attached an example on how it is used as well. All right, let's see what it does.
Now we just twiddle our thumbs.
Yeah, get up and stretch, make yourself a coffee. All right, all right. I think when I was on here with Shane, if something worked on the first try, you take a drink.
Did you guys take
So
any drinks? Or did did anything work on the first try?
actually, I think we were trying to do something with MCP, and it worked for the most part. Yeah, I'd say we got things working on the first try, like 50-50 maybe.
You guys maybe got a little bit tipsy, but not drunk.
Mostly hydrated.
Oh, okay, just some water.
I mean, I guess it is Friday.
Yeah, lip a little.
Yeah, and this is the Mastra happy hour.
That's true. We should rename it that instead of AI Agents Hour.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I mean, Shane's not here. We can rename it however we want. There's nothing he can do. Okay, it's done thinking. Starting to move to some action.
I'm surprised how slow it is actually. I wonder if because Gemini is like very fast. I wonder if they're throttling it a
Yeah,
little bit.
it usually is faster. Oh, it's got to be before AI. Okay, I mean this looks pretty good. Maybe does experimental output is that handled? Wait,
So I think the difference, so output, it'll just output that schema directly. Experimental output, I believe it can do multiple steps, and then the last step it does the output as the schema.
okay, but the type of it is still the same.
Yeah, I think it should
Weird.
still just be a schema.
We probably don't want this change though, because we
Instances
should. I think we want something like this.
So doesn't our schema compat accept JSON schemas as well?
Oh, is this a?
So it looks like it's trying to determine if it should pass in or like convert a JSON schema or just use a Zod schema directly.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. No, you're right. Oh shit, I think I undid some things.
Actually, Gemini was right here. You gotta apologize.
Hey, let's those.
Actually, could you go over that experimental output against Tyler? Like, what do you mean by multiple steps? Like the LLM will um, keep, recursively like talk to itself until it gets the final format, or
So when you hit an LLM API, you're just generating a single step. So it's like a single text generation or
right?
or like schema output, right? It's just one step. But when you use AI SDK or Mastra or like an agentic framework, it'll actually run multiple steps and it kind of runs it in a loop for you. And then right now there's a max step setting that has a default setting. I think it's like maybe default is 3 or 5 or something. It'll never exceed that many steps, but it'll keep calling the agent until the agent is either finished or it reaches the maximum steps. And that allows it to do things like tool calls or multi-step like inference, and then the very last step to output the schema.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Because there's times that it may, when it reaches max steps, we don't like. What happens when it reaches max steps? Will it return a response or it just
Yeah,
stop?
it'll return it. It just won't do any more steps after that.
Okay.
So during all like as it's going through the steps, it's actually streaming in all the responses anyway, and then it'll just stop streaming once it gets to the maximum.
Okay, so this looks, I feel like it made a lot more changes than it should have.
So I did notice it said it was going to update any place where a schema is being used, because I think you just asked it to add the helper, and it was like, I'm going to add the helper, and I'm also going to implement it everywhere. So I think I'm deeply sorry for the mess. Interesting. Oh no.
The previous edits have been acceptable.
I feel bad for it now.
Okay, you know what?
It's like ashamed.
I'm gonna accept the helper and nothing else because it's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
I will accept this though.
I wonder if
Let
it
me
got messed
check.
up from kind of like doing edits while it was working or something like that.
Okay, so we have this apply schema compat. Let's just try it on what we're using in our test suite. So that would be generate object, right?
I think so. And then I think
That's
for us, that's still I
oh,
believe that's still the
that's
generate method. It's just it. Oh no, it's
oh,
text object.
text object.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
thinking of the agent class.
okay. So we have, yeah, so let's do, oh, there you go. And I don't think we need this.
Yep, I don't think so.
We just
Right.
need structured output. And then
We can
this
get rid of that any as well. Maybe, hopefully. Oh, maybe not. I don't know why that was there.
schema is not assignable to type no schema. That's interesting.
I think schema here can be it's a union, and I believe you can pass a string or a schema. So we probably just have something messed up in our types somewhere.
Oh, but then we also, oh, output is oh, I see. It should be like this.
Oh,
And this
there you
should
go. Okay,
be
got it.
object.
So we maybe do need that check then that it had there, because it's conditionally setting it to array as well.
Oh, I see. So maybe let's keep output, but we don't care about schema.
Yeah.
Or maybe,
Well, I think you can change the references to schema just to structured output, like what you have on line 242.
oh, like just set it here.
Yeah, that works.
And then I don't need to set the schema. Oh, okay. Maybe, yeah, I don't think I actually could just do. What's it complaining about?
So you probably need to do as const for the object and array. So like object and then just the word as const, or with the keywords. Yeah.
Oh, I don't need to.
It's because you can't. I think the types
Oh,
are
because it
Oh,
has to
confused.
be.
you got it. Okay, that makes more sense. Nice.
What are you
Still
complaining
getting
about?
some problem now.
And then maybe you have to do it again on 241, or
Hmm. I mean, for now, we could just do as any to see if it works and then come back and figure out what's going on with the schema here.
Yeah.
you can actually do it inline, right, on 249. So just
Yeah, just that's what it was before. I think
oh
Yeah,
whoever wrote this before just didn't want to figure it out.
they ran into the exact same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so now that you saw me struggle for a bit, let's so we got to build the core package. Let's do this.
So if the test passed, does that count as it working on the first try?
Ooh,
I think it
yes.
does. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I don't think I have a drink though. Oh wait, I got one right here.
Okay, hopefully we did it on the right method, because I'm getting thirsty.
Motivation. You're only allowed to drink if you get it right the first time.
Yeah, you have to earn this water.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, well this is
Interesting.
wait, what did we change here? That type returned by
Oh, we added the class to like the schema class to the one that's extending it, not to the base class. I think that's why. So we might just need to
right.
move it to the base
Oh, to
class.
the
I have a brancher I'm working on AI SDK v5 support, and
awesome.
I just deleted this base class because we don't actually really need it for the LLM class because there's only
Wait, but aren't we
one.
returning the exact same? What would this?
Um, unknown. Oh, maybe because the type change that we made. Maybe we do need to do what Yujohn was saying.
Oh, this as output as any?
No,
No,
that's
it's
not it.
still. Wait, will it? Is it my new this one here? Like if I get rid of that,
No,
same
I guess
thing.
not. Huh.
Maybe this was here before? Because this doesn't seem related to what we changed.
Yeah, we probably did change something small that caused this, but I mean, I think right now we just want to see the test pass. So what I would do is uncomment that method and just put a like TS ignore. Let's just see if the test pass. Then we could figure out what's going on with
Yeah,
the
because we
base
didn't
class after.
we didn't change. Oh, I guess maybe this might be a different type, this schema.
Maybe. I mean,
Okay.
so the return type here though is from generate object, which
Yeah.
is not, yeah.
All
With the
right.
actual PR, we'll really fix it, but it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit boring to debug type issues.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? That doesn't count for a first try. That's like
Just if you're thirsty, you just want to be allowed to drink some water.
I just want some water. Why won't you let me? Okay. Same thing.
Did you build it though? Because this is you building it, or is
Yeah.
this the test?
No, this is me building it.
Oh, okay. All right. I think this is officially not the first try at this point. Is it?
Okay.
Oh, this is the. Oh, okay. This is like the Git diff.
Yeah. Yeah, why is this? Whoops. Because we didn't change anything other than this.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this, so
Oh, hey, our
oh,
type is
it doesn't
different.
have this schema T. It doesn't. So we don't have this generic.
Yeah.
So we could do something like maybe now it's
Um,
happy.
our process schema, does it actually return the schema object though, or does it return?
Yeah,
Oh, it does. Okay. Yeah. So I guess we need to make
like
this
this.
generic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay thirsty.
You know what? I'm just gonna drink off screen.
Hey, it passed. Wait, did it? Can't see the. Oh no, it's running all of my
Oh,
same
yeah.
cameras.
It built, and the tests are passing. I think at this point it was failing before the test. So
Okay.
technically, this is the first run of the test, though. So
Yeah.
that might count.
Oh, okay. If we get all pass, I'm chugging this whole drink.
On live stream.
Because we're extreme here.
Or
Oh, hell
oh,
yeah.
nice. So
Not bad.
maybe we can
Okay.
give an overview of what we just accomplished here. It's
Yeah. So, if you're just tuning in, hello. If you've been here for a while, I'm sorry. Um, what we are doing here, we're basically applying. I'm not going to go over everything again, but we're applying this schema patch for LLM interaction. And so we have this schema patch already for tool calls, like the input schema for tool calling. So it makes tool calling succeed more often when the schema can be handled properly. And so we're like, oh, okay, hey, why don't we do this with output schemas now? And so uh, we want to handle this for uh, uh, all calls to the LLM, basically. So not just like tool calls, any interaction that involves like a schema that you have to pass to an LLM because they don't necessarily handle the schema properly. So we want to apply this patch more generally. And so we applied it for in our tests here, builder. Um, where is it? We're running, we have this generate function. So we just went into where this inside of this function, where the output schema gets passed to the LLM. And so we did that like schema transformation. And so now all of our tests are passing, which means that the LLM is handling the schema properly.
And like 20 minutes ago, was it like 10% of these tests were failing?
Yeah, I think like 6 out of like 30 of them or something like that.
And the tests loop through a bunch of different types of schemas,
Yeah, so like
right?
these are all the schemas that we're testing against. So a bunch of different like string constraints, number constraints, array types, object types, and just like a bunch of other ones.
Nice. So now we're getting 100% success for O3 Mini. Why don't we turn on some of the other models and see what we get?
All
But
right.
first, did you take a drink? Because I think
uh,
that
Oh
counts as
yeah.
the
this one's for you, Shane.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour one out on
Yeah.
my keyboard. All right, all right. Uh, what was I doing? Oh yeah, you wanted me to
I think in the test file, yeah, because we just
yeah.
commented out everything except for O3 Mini. We got like 10 other models.
Yeah, so let's try a bunch of these. Let's see what happens. This will probably take like a minute.
Yeah, has to make.
So
How many
Shane
requests is this
claims he's
making?
not dead, but I haven't seen him all week, so TBD.
Needs to be verified.
Yeah. Could
Yeah.
be an imposter there.
If anybody's in Sioux Falls, please check on Shane.
Make sure he's okay. All right, we got a failure. So one. I mean, that's pretty good.
Oh,
Though. We got 86 passing so far.
yeah,
Oh, just a bad request. All right, let's okay, but we're doing pretty good. We got four failed, 116 passed so far, still running.
yeah. And to be honest, like tuple, I don't know if we have any tuple fans here, but fuck tuples.
Yeah, I don't know if you really need them for like for tools and stuff and output schemas with
Yeah.
agents, but I'm sure we got some people who want to use them. But it looks like this is just one model, right? This is just 3.5 haiku, which is not really it's not a very good model anyway, right? It's a
Hmm.
smaller, cheaper model. So all right,
This
4.1 mini.
this seems like a an actual error that we
Hmm.
don't want.
Yep. We're doing pretty good though. Up to 286 passed, five failed.
Hmm.
I think what we should have done. I think when we ran the test the first time, we just ran it with O3 mini.
Yeah.
We should temporarily put it back, run the tests. I don't know if you can do that easily, but
Hmm.
Git
to see
stash.
how many failures we get with all of them.
Yeah, I'll do that after this. Okay, we're almost done. Like 30 tests, 20, 25. Honestly, this is a lot better than I thought it would be because we didn't really do anything.
Right. Like we didn't tweak anything about it. We just added it the existing logic, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good result, I'd say.
All right, it's slowing down. It's getting tired. Okay. Yeah, this is sweet. I feel like out of this, the only error that really concerns me is this one, like number multiple of, because that's like a pretty
Mhm.
basic one. And the error that it had was kind of like it didn't handle the schema properly. So I was
Right.
like, okay, that's something like we could handle. But in terms of like tuple and union objects, what I've seen with those is like often models just like don't support it, and it's like
Hmm.
hard to get it to support it with just like a description because it's kind of like
Yeah.
uh, the type of field you can't really get it to pass you that information without
Well,
having that type of field.
what we are seeing though is that actually all these models are doing it correctly. It's just um, what is it?
Haiku.
IQ. Well, there's a
Yeah.
sonnet at the top too. 3.5 sonnet failed on one of them.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
on
tuple
tuple.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, even with tool calls I think most of them didn't handle tuple.
Okay.
But this is sweet. um oh yeah, let's try to revert and see what happens. So if I go to, you know what, I think I could just do this.
Oh yeah, just don't. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, is this,
I
isn't
think it
it?
doesn't have to type now. It was inferring it.
Oh, okay, I'll just do that.
You might
Really?
you might have to just make an empty array literal right there on line 93
Oh,
because you
like
could.
just do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
If you have to build though, that you had a line that's going to fail to build up above because I think there's an
Oh, did I?
unused
This?
variable. Yeah.
I don't think that'll fail the build.
Oh, what?
I
Okay.
don't think so.
Maybe that's just in CI. Okay. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, because in CI we run like lint and stuff like that.
So there's a lot of them passing right now. Is this?
Hmm.
I feel I was expecting these to be failing, like what we saw the last time we ran them.
Yeah, yeah.
We are still calling though, like apply schema compat function though. Is it possible
We
that it
are,
could be
yes.
adding something?
Uh, I don't think so. Let's just see how this does, and then um,
Okay,
Okay,
we're
well
seeing some different
we're
ones
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
seeing okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks
I
for
guess there's just a lot of
not making
tests.
us look like a fool.
Yeah. They're doing pretty good actually. I was expecting a lot more to be failing.
You just
Honestly, because the test starts with the Claude ones, and the Claude
mhm.
ones usually succeed.
Oh, okay. Now we're in Gemini,
Maybe you just spoke too soon, Tyler.
maybe. So we had, what was it, 5 failures with the fix applied? Now we're up to
Mhm,
27 failures with
Yeah.
it disabled.
We didn't get any errors with Gemini, right? In the first one. So,
mhm.
Right. Like with the fix enabled.
right.
Pretty good. I'd say it works.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're not getting more failures, but you know what? I guess that's good.
Mhm.
Okay, we're getting.
It's still climbing.
Mhm. Okay, you know what? I think that's a success
Yeah. Yep.
because we went from five, and you know what? Those five are mostly tuple. So if you're just joining the stream now, you know I'm not a big fan of tuple. I'm not a tuple head. So
Yeah,
okay,
40,
so
40,
yeah,
41 failed. That's a pretty big difference.
yeah,
41 tool failures to 5. I bet you we could get those 5 to work. Maybe not right now, but I bet you we could do it.
yeah,
There's a little bit elbow grease.
yeah. I
Agent
mean,
Grease.
yeah, we got to just grease these agents.
Cool. Well, I think that was a success. So we got a little bit over. I mean, it's fun. We can keep going if you want, or
Yeah,
this might be a good
I
stopping
mean,
point.
yeah, I'm down to keep going for a little bit. Um, because
Yeah,
I'm
let's
kind
do
of
it.
curious to keep going now. We got some
All right.
positive reinforcement, and that's what keeps me going. If this didn't work, I'd probably be like, no, let's just jump off now and walk
Just go
away
crash
insane.
more.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we can try this for. I don't need to keep looking at this diff. We can try this for other.
So one thing I remember you were saying the experimental output one, we were having some issues with that.
Mhm.
Should we give that a shot?
All right, yeah, let's try it. Let's go back to our old friend Minnie.
Do you use O3 Mini as the testing one because it fails a lot? Is that
Yeah,
that is
I know that
okay?
it's gonna fail for
Makes
like some
yeah.
at least. Uh, yeah, no shade to OpenAI. Sam, if you're watching, uh, hope we're cool.
Other Sam.
Yeah, other Sam,
That's
OpenAI Sam.
yeah.
I don't know. You're using
Uh,
cursor, not windsurf here. So,
oh, true. Oh, somebody just left the stream. It was probably him. Okay, what was I doing? Enough with the talking. Enough with the talking. Yeah, so experimental output here, right?
Yep.
And so I think, let's see if this even works.
okay.
Oh, I
Oh, I
mean,
mean, it's working, it's failing a lot. Um,
And you
okay.
built core or whatever
Oh
package
no,
you
I
needed to
think
build.
I think this is actually what was happening before. It was failing on everything. I didn't look too much
Oh,
into it,
okay.
but I think it was just like I'd get this no matter what. This no
Maybe we need
object
more than
generated.
maybe we need more than one max step. You like make
Oh,
it two or
like
something.
let's do three. I think I need to build core again too.
So what are we testing here again? So we're testing with experimental output. Are there any changes that we have to make in order for this to work, or should it already just work with our changes?
So we didn't. We only applied our changes to output and not experimental output.
Mm.
But yeah, I think it's just not working in general.
Oh yeah, could not parse the response. No object generated.
So I guess that's why it's experimental.
Let me see if I can
Uh,
find anything on that in the background here.
okay. Yeah, because we could look at what response we're getting. But I think it's just erroring. Probably have to
Oh, apparently that you can get that error just
go
if
to.
none of the responses had the right object shape. So it could actually just be from O3 mini, not.
Oh, like with this 400.
Oh no, I was looking at
That's
for the other error that you saw. I don't know what this
oh,
is.
okay. Yeah, because we're getting a 400 with every request.
Invalid schema. Okay, no, yeah, but that's kind of what we expected, right? Maybe it's just the error handling is a bit different for some reason.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, it's weird that everything fails though, because you'd
Hmm.
expect it should be able to handle at least some. So that's why I'm kind of suspicious
Oh,
that.
so the response though, I think it also, I don't think it's object, it's like experimental
Oh
something,
no,
I believe.
it's not logging this out. It's going here because this request
Oh, got
is
it.
is
Okay.
erroring.
Hmm. I wonder, does tool choice affect it at all?
Oh, like if you just remove this.
Yeah, just like comment it out or something.
Yeah.
No.
No, it doesn't. Oh, wait.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that must have been it then. Maybe it's we can't have it as required because maybe that means every step it's required. I don't know. We don't really need that anyway for this test because we're not using tools for the test. So,
Yeah.
oh, actually, that kind of makes sense, right? If we're trying to do an experimental, if we're trying to get it to output text and we're not giving it any tools and we're saying that a tool choice is required, there's no way that it could succeed, right?
Well, we are giving it a tool.
We're giving it. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know then.
Yeah.
Like, is it hallucinating those results, or like
Well,
is
it's
he
it's not getting
actually
those
calling the
results from
tool?
the tool. It's getting the
Right.
result from this here. So it's just we're basically just saying like, hey, generate with like a response
Okay.
that will satisfy this. Yeah. Oh, I guess the
But
instructions for this agent doesn't make sense. Oh, because I just copied it from the other one.
it did pretty good that in that first test we ran then, considering the system instruction was wrong.
I mean, this is the errors here are exactly what we were seeing with the output.
Okay, nice.
Oh, we got a question from Yosef.
Yeah. Ask a,
Yeah.
what's your question?
Meanwhile, Shane also made this comment: tool choice required always seems to use max steps. And this is something I was talking up with Daniel and Tyler, like right before this call. I've noticed that as well. This is from the AI SDK, where if you just put it required, it just takes forever to generate a response.
Oh yeah, you were saying that. That's right. Did you see that for
Wait.
some like a specific model or just generally?
Um, Actually, I was trying to debug a Discord user's problem and I was reproducing the error, and I was like, that's just something I noticed.
Hmm.
Okay, where is experimental output? Oh, do we maybe use a different function to call if we get experimental?
Yeah, I think it's just the text generation. Yeah.
Oh, we get stream.
Yeah, I think the
Uh,
tests are using generates. You want to find the generate
oh,
or
then we have
whatever.
text.
Yeah, texting.
Oh, it's just text. Okay. So same thing here. I don't think we need any of this. We could just
Oh, because
instead.
it's not doing the output type like in the other one.
Oh, this has to be. Wait, is this expecting a? This is expecting a. Oh, schema can be schema. Okay, cool. So I think we can do the same thing, like just uh
Nice.
oh, but I think we don't want this,
Right.
and I think we want just to have this directly. Oh,
Because it can be undefined. So I think you need like the ternary on 179. You need to check if experimental output instead of schema is
oh, I see,
defined.
I see.
Yeah.
Nice. Good catch. All right. You ready to take a drink?
I still got a little bit of drink left. So we can have up to 5 failures out of the whatever 700 requests to consider as a success, at least as much as the other one was.
Yeah. If
Oh
we
wait, this
get
is just O3 mini. So
yeah,
this should be 100%. Okay.
yeah. If we
Oh
oh
no, it's not working at all. Did you rebuild it?
yeah. Oh wait, I think something's
Oh, this is something else. Okay.
yeah. This is did I wait? Why did that
Maybe you do need more than one next step.
maybe with experimental? I didn't actually need to build again. Oh well. That's 10 seconds I'll never have back.
It only takes 10 seconds. For some reason on my machine it's like 20 to 30.
Oh,
My
16.
computer is much worse than yours for some reason.
Oh yeah, I was pairing with okay, I guess that was it. We just needed one more step
Oh, okay.
for
Okay. That makes
yeah, I was
sense.
pairing with Yujohn the other day and just like watching him build core. I was like,
It's painful. It takes
yeah,
a long
this is hurting
time.
me.
Looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this is the first time, but maybe we could just take a drink anyway because I'm thirsty.
Okay, yeah, look at that. You know what? I think that because this max steps thing, I accidentally put it down to one. So that's not on you. You still deserve that drink. I'll go
Okay.
thirsty.
Everyone except for Daniel gets a drink.
Yeah, I'll take one for the team. Okay, let's go. Oops, what did I click on? Now let's try for all the models. See if take a
So
drink for
now
every test that
this is
I go ahead.
or every test that succeeds, because that's a lot of
Yeah,
drinks.
yeah.
It's like, what is that, 700 or 695 is
We're
what we're
allowed
expecting.
5 failures.
Yeah.
By the way, anyone's watching, you can feel free to ask some questions about Mastra, what we're doing.
Yeah, we're still waiting for that tool question.
Yeah, it's killing me. I'm just waiting. Like, what could it be?
Oh, I wonder. Okay, it looks like all the anthropic models are failing because they're just like thinking too much. They're not,
Maybe we need
or
more
maybe,
steps.
yeah,
Just
more
just
steps
that are
for the
like,
overthinkers.
yeah,
Oh, four.
yeah. There you go.
That's definitely me. If I was a model, I'll be that. Overthink
Oh,
every
you, John,
step.
you are a model.
Oh,
We saw your wedding photos.
yeah.
Oh, we're
I'll
getting the
make sure.
same thing just for anthropic models, though.
Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe they're just not good with experimental output.
Maybe.
Because, yeah, they're just responding a bunch of, yeah, you could see that it's just like thinking about it. Weren't we seeing this with like DeepSeek when we were trying
Yeah.
something out before where it was just like, it would just keep thinking and you could see that it has the answer, but it just like didn't respond with
Hmm.
it?
Yeah. I mean, for this, we could, I mean, we could just comment them out for now, or we could try just increasing it even more. Um, Finish reason. It's weird though, because we got finish reason stop. It's not like max steps. I think you get a finish reason of whatever max steps or something like that if it actually hits
Mm,
it. I believe. I don't know. No, yeah, it must be something else.
yeah.
I think it's actually just not doing it. It's like, okay, based on the, yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, understands what we're asking. It understands the schema, but it's just,
It's not outputting it as a
yeah.
like a single response. Is it still running? Are the other ones doing an
Oh,
okay
yeah,
job?
it's, we're still on Anthropic, so I guess we'll see once we
Okay.
get to Gemini. See who the true king is.
I'm gonna go make sure we don't run out of open router credits.
Oh, yeah. You need Shane's credit card?
I think I already got it, so I'm good.
Here, I'll read the numbers. I have it here somewhere.
Yeah, just put it in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, so we're still on Claude. I was probably going way slower because I added so many max
Oh
steps.
yeah. Go like, how many did you add?
10.
10? Oh yeah. You should just cancel this and
Yeah,
comment out the Anthropic ones
yeah,
just to
let's just
see.
go
I'm
back
just
to
really
three
curious
and
if any of them work with this. Because I mean, output, having an improvement on output, I think that's a win. But if this works too, like that's awesome. If it's just a couple models that can't do it, no big deal. But all right, we're still getting some failures.
Same error.
Oh yeah. I wonder if we're doing something wrong.
Mhm.
Because yeah, like we could see it is actually returning it. It's just not.
Is it or it's like
Yeah, maybe we don't quite understand how this experimental output works.
Yeah.
Like this might be wrong somehow.
Mhm. Does it have like a what was it, like mode or something like that for the other one?
What do you
You
mean?
remember, there was like another key that we had. I don't know if it was like schema or what was it?
Key for what?
When you're calling generate object, I think there were two keys. One was
Oh,
like
there
the
was like
schema.
output, and you can set it
Yeah.
to like array or object.
I wonder if we have to do something like that.
It
I'm just
could
looking at,
be.
I'll
Let's
taking a
see.
look at the docs now to see if I can find anything.
Next step. Menu steps, telemetry, provider options. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't see any other tags for execute.
Oh, on the, if you go to your test for a sec.
Mm-hmm. But Tim's just climbing up onto my lap. It's his
uh,
dinner time, so he's being extra annoying right now. Uh, so I go back to the tests.
and then go to where we're actually making like the generate call.
Mhm.
Uh, so on response, do we have anything else besides object? What if there's like another key or something?
Oh,
There's experimental output right there at the top. Yeah, we probably need to check that instead.
oh, like this should be.
Yep. I think the other one might be just
I
for
don't know if
the,
we're actually doing anything with that. I think we're just checking to see if it doesn't fail.
oh, because it
But
throws an
let's,
error
yeah,
if it didn't work. Okay. All
I
right.
think it might be the same thing. Yeah.
Shoot.
Because because this is logging out. This is like an error from the API
Mm,
call.
got it.
Um, yeah. I mean, I guess this is partially satisfying, but maybe we should, or unsatisfying, but maybe we should call it here because this is probably going to be not that interesting to keep going with this unless you have any ideas right now.
I was just reading docs, but I haven't found anything. Wait, can you go to the model.ts file again
Mhm.
for one sec? And then, okay, output dot object. Says that you can, I don't know if it's a hallucination. I'm just looking at perplexity, but it says
Mhm.
there are different output strategies: object, default, array, enum, no schema. But I don't know if that's actually true. That might just be for the other one.
Right, right. And
I don't know. We should have quit while we were ahead.
I know,
I think we got a pretty good result though. That was a huge improvement because how many failed like for the regular
yeah,
output without the fix?
for for the regular output when we were just using output instead of experimental output, um, it was like 40 something of the tests failed. And when we applied our schema compatibility layer, only 5 tests failed, and most of them were tuple, greedy tuple. Um,
Nice.
There's gonna be a person named Tuple somewhere out there in the world just watching this.
yeah.
What I do?
Tuple, if you're out there, come on the stream sometime.
Box it out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
Sweet. I
this has
guess, yeah.
been this has been fun. I guess like we talked about some AI news, a bunch like a new Gemini model, new like Gemini 2.5 Pro that looks very promising. Talked about Cursor's new new version 1.0, lots of cool stuff. What else did we talk about?
They got
Oh,
900 million
yeah, 900
in,
million on
in
500
funding.
million revenue.
And there's some other stuff, but I mean, I think the programming went pretty good. Like
Yeah,
we didn't get the experimental output to work, but we did get regular output to work. So
yeah,
I think we're gonna be able to ship that pretty soon here.
hmm yeah. So that's pretty exciting.
I bet you were just like one step away from getting experimental output to work too. We just got to do a
Yeah.
bit more debugging.
hmm
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Anything to add, Tim? No. Okay.
Well, this is fun. Thanks everyone for watching. Um, we'll have the three of us will have to stream again soon because it was fun streaming with you guys.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it again sometime.
We should do the same thing. Do some AI news and then do some programming.
Yeah, if Shane lets us, he runs a pretty tight ship.
I'm sure we can convince him.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Cool.
Well,
All right.
enjoy your weekend.
You too.